Don't miss the brand new Path to Glory expansion.
Spiky bits.
What's up, Hobby Maniacs? Rob Baer with you again today, checking out the new Path to Glory expansion for Age of Sigmar. Now, this is the, I guess, first standalone release of this book for Age of Sigmar. I think it retails for $30, which was kind of weird. It's an 88-page softback, so I guess that is about right, what we've seen with the battle tones of yesteryear, but I don't know, it just seems a little overpriced to me when you consider that most of the content that was in here, minus some new content, was previously available in the Generals Handbook for $25. Again, vote your hobby dollars. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, well, hey, there's really no need to pick this up unless you're interested in doing a campaign type based Warhammer Age of Sigmar kind of league type thing and keeping track of all of your battle glories and things like that. So like I said, it's 88 pages. There's a lot of information in here, again, very specific to running campaigns and stuff like that, with a lot of same material that we saw previously in the Age of Sigmar Generals Handbook here, right? So it goes into, you got a little bit of kind of fluff and background, like the rise of Golgaz, I guess, where it kind of gives you the fluff of how, you know, these warbands can become huge and huge powerful armies, you know, and all this stuff. And this just kind of get your hobby juices going. And then it goes into the actual rules themselves, which really isn't a whole lot of pages, to be quite honest. And then it goes into the battle plans themselves, right? And then into individual warband tables. Then they have a feature in the back on how to play if you just pick up the new Start Collecting boxes, which there are a few new ones this week. We've got the Slanesh one, we got the Beastclaw Raiders, the big fatties, and of course the Fire Slayer dwarfs as well, right? Now, the thing that's different about this and why you might want it is because previously we didn't have all these faction warband tables, and they also added in, wow, look at that, my binding is already splitting. That's fantastic. Sweet. I feel like I'm not being too ridiculous on this book. I literally just opened the cover. Oh, maybe it'll stay. Maybe it won't. Maybe it didn't properly adhese from the get-go. I mean, it is designed to bend right there, right? We'll come back to it. Don't look directly at it. It's just us right here. Maybe it won't notice us. Okay, so the big selling point to this is that now you have the fully fleshed out warband tables, but not just for individual factions, also kind of for overall, like you have an overall chaos one, you have an overall destruction one, you have an overall death one. Actually, the death rules really aren't that big, to be quite honest. And overall order as well, you know, biting off the whole Grand Alliance thing right there. So how to use this book? This is important. Here's your fluff section. Now this is important, let's talk about rules. Path to Glory. So this is how you actually use the rules. So create a warband, you whip up your warband roster, pick your allegiance, pick your champion, then you can go into like followers and such. And remember, after you get victories and glory points, you can either cash them in for stuff for like war gear, or you can get new followers, like if you need reinforcements. We did a whole little Path to Glory league over on the Long War that was really fun, but me playing Beastclaw Raiders, I kind of just had to make up some of my stuff because I didn't have faction rules, and now there's faction rules in here, which is really cool. So all this looks to be pretty much the same. You get rewards of battle, like I said, for glories and stuff. You can get followers, you can get rewards, and you can also get your followers, which are basically reinforcements for you there. And then it goes into each individual Path of Glory missions right here. So you got Altar of the Gods, the Sacrifice, the Vendetta, the Trial of Champions, and all of these have specific setups right here. Now some of these are, like the Beast Slayer isn't old, or is old. The Monolith, I believe, is a return. But I'm actually not sure, and I don't have my General's Handbook. I apologize to compare and contrast because I've already packed it. You might hear a bit of an echo in here because we're actually out of the studio into a new place tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So doing the big move. So I don't have as much reference material as I would like, but that's okay. I did play this stuff, so I do know a little bit about it. Then it goes into the Slaves of Darkness. Like I said, this is kind of a bite off of the old, the very first book out there in 1988, which we actually just recorded a fantastic hobby retro video on, if you remember the old Slaves to Darkness book from 1988. Well, that will be coming soon to the channel. Quite the treat there. Then you got Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle, Slaanesh. So you got all 4 of your big gods in here, and then of course you got the rats and such, Beast of Chaos, and then there's your rats. And so it goes through and gives you all the individual and clan pestilence, which kind of allude, you know, we know there's a faction book out for them already. Then it gives you the Caradon Overlords, and it busts into the order section here. So Stormcast Eternals, Fireslayer Warbands, Sylvaneth, Seraphons. So you're going to get a whole huge section of stuff here leading up to the back destruction tables. The Beastclaw Raiders are new. So you got your followers, you got your champion, your retinue, your heroes and such, and then here's your rewards table and your followers rewards table if you want to go for gear or if you want to go for more dudes. You got all of that right here. Some fantastic art as well. Bone Splitters, I can't remember if they were in the old book or not, and then the generic stuff right here if you're just playing some of the old stuff, or maybe just the normal ogre fatties that don't have their individual books yet. And then you get to the very back, and that's going to give you the Death Warband, which there really isn't that much, just Flesh Eater Courts, because that was the only book we have, or Battle Tome rather. And then right here, you've got to start collecting warbands, which sub in rolling for all that stuff. They tell you specifically what you do, and that you have to, in some cases, get more glory points, because these things are more powerful. Now remember, while 8th edition 40k has changed, Age of Sigmar has not. So all of the battalions that come in here, the little rule sheets, and there are new ones in the brand new 3, the Beastclaw Raiders, the Demonettes, and the Fire Slayers that come out this week. There are new rules in there for, you know, fielding in 8th edition 40k terms, formations of models. They call them battalions in Age of Sigmar. So while they may be out of date and out of print for the 40k side, the ones, all of these boxes here are going to have usable rules in there. And then of course they, for the most part, can correspond over in full-on games of match play in Age of Sigmar. Now they're going to give you the specifics here on what your champion is, who your followers are, and some specific notes right here as well for all of the existing start collecting boxes. And then here's your Path to Glory Warband roster, which my book is also separating in the back. Must just never been completely glued together. Let's check on the front. Yeah, it looks like it just never got that good stick. So good to go there. It's not completely falling apart for the $30. My brand new $30 book seems to be intact. So there it is, the new Path to Glory, $30 US price for this bad boy here. Of course, you can always get deals on stuff at your FLGS or online. Always vote with your hobby dollars and where you feel comfortable, of course. Not going to tell you where to buy or anything like that, but I'm sure a lot of savvy folks out there know that you can get a discount on the Games Workshop products these days. So that's it for this one. Short and sweet. We got to get back to packing here as we're moving the Beats Lab very, very soon. So if you like our video features here, make sure you subscribe to us and thumbs up all of our videos. You can be the very first to comment on them as well. And head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of all the Age of Sigmar battle reports. For exclusive content, early access videos, and more, become a veteran of the Long War today.